welcome everyone to As Told by Bold podcast. This is your authentic, courageous host, Stasea. The Bold Women's Leadership Network is focused on developing courageous leadership among young women within higher education who possess the skills necessary to move discourse forward on some of our most challenging social issues. Throughout this mini-series, I will be your guide as we navigate resilience and mental health in the transfer student experience. To begin our journey, we will start by introducing supportive research that captures some of the realities and challenges transfer students face, while also looking at ideas for solutions. According to a recent study conducted by the Anxiety and Depression Association of America, 7 out of 10 United States adults claim to experience stress or anxiety, at least at a moderate level, on a daily basis. While stress is an inescapable part of life, it is very present and becoming more prevalent among university students. Additionally, in a large nationally representative survey, 80% of college students reported their educational goal was to earn a bachelor's degree or higher. Obstacles specific to the transfer process can include moving to a new location, finding childcare, and transferring course units. However, the greatest challenge reported for transfer students includes overcoming self-doubt about their ability to succeed at a 4-year university. Factors that can affect student success include belonging uncertainty or feeling uncertain about the strength of social relationships or whether one belongs. Conversely, students who feel like they belong in their new campus community are more likely to persist in their studies. It is important to identify and outline these challenges as we move forward in our podcast mini-series. The goal is simply to start the conversation. A few months ago, a close friend and fellow Bold scholar suggested a new book called Resilience Breakthrough, 27 Tools for Turning Adversity into Action, written by the founder of Why Try Incorporated, keynote speaker, author, and licensed social worker, Christian Moore. In the book, Moore explores the core principles of resilience. Simply, he states that everyone has emotions, both good and bad, and these positive and negative emotions can be used as fuel. They just have to know that the fuel is there to access it. In order to access this fuel, it is as simple as flipping a switch. Moore describes that when you flip the switch, you stop for a moment, realize that you could turn your pain into power, and move forward committed to being resilient. In Chapter 3 of Resilience Breakthrough, Moore describes a time when he was invited on short notice to speak to a group of young boys aged 12 to 18 at a lockdown detention facility. Many of the boys there had committed terrible crimes, and he could sense the attitude in the room. At the top of his speech, he began by flipping the light switch off and on. With only one small window in the room, each time the lights turned off, the room went very dark. And every time light flooded the room, he saw the boys looking at him as if they were saying, "Are you crazy?" With his finger still on the switch, Moore states that he is there to teach them something, and if they are able to really understand it, everyone in the room could have an advantage over a student at Harvard. This certainly got the room's attention. He started by explaining what it means to flip the switch, that they have the power to see their challenges differently and convert their anger into fuel to be better. The only thing that really gives someone in jail an advantage over someone at Harvard is how quickly they realize that the switch is there. He continues by stating that a Harvard student may not realize the switch is there until they're in their 60s, maybe even never. But imagine the power of recognizing this before the age of 20. The switch equals the awareness that you can use pain, disappointment, and tragedy as fuel to overcome life's challenges. Later in the book, Moore brings forth 4 different types of resilience, which he connects to notable people such as Gandhi, Oprah, Richard Branson, Nelson Mandela, and Christopher Reeve. The 4 different types of resilience include relational, street, resource, and rock bottom. In the following podcast, I will dive into each resilience type with a transfer graduate student and an associate therapist. Join the dialogue as we explore our personal experiences and share our stories about how each resilience type has showed up in our lives. Thank you for listening, and we'll see you next time.